manufactory. Well, it's another day. Let's see, the good weather that I was expecting, they had predicted 70-degree days, 3 of them in the 70s, and what we got instead was this. Pretty good, huh? Anyway, where am I on the card? Okay, I bit the bullet and I went to Industrial Finishes and got my color. I blocked all the little parts, and then that gave me some extra little things I wanted to fix. So these parts here, valance, rock guard, and these 3 pieces here all got painted again, or I should say primed again. Those parts over there are all done and ready for color. Foot scoop is now primed. I shot it with a little plastic adhesion promoter. I'm doing a little painting test today. I'm going to test the color that I bought. I have the scoop all prepped here, well, except for wiping it down and stuff. And so the idea is that I'll just shoot this one thing. So if the color looks good, I may go ahead shoot the rings, the driving lights. This is a full base coat, clear coat test here because I want to see what it's going to look like in the finished product. Just opening the can, it looks pretty close, but I don't know. Okay, getting the base coat on this as a test for color. It's got one little flaw right here. I'm not sure what caused that, but it doesn't want to stick to the plastic, or it bubbled up or something. I'm not sure. I tried doing glossy coats, but this paint does not cover well like that. So I ended up having to back the gun off a bit and putting on a bit of an orange peel in order to get the color to match properly, or to at least color the, have the right metallic and everything for matching up to the other paint. Anyway, I won't know till I get the clear coat on. Right in the middle of painting, the furnace quits, so I had to disassemble the valve assembly here and service it. And in the meantime, all of this paint is drying more than it should. Well, it says I have 24 hours before I can't recoat it. I have to sand it and redo. So, okay, that means I better get some clear on this tonight. Got the clear shot. You can hear how sticky the floor is. Pretty good, huh? There it is. It looks really good. If the whole car turns out like this, I'll be really freaking happy. Here is the scoop. So what I was going to do is just sort of put it under here so that you could kind of see the difference here. The angles are going to be different and whatnot, but the paint is still a little bit green. So it's easy to crease it. It's not fingernail perfect yet. Anyway, that's a better comparison. Let me stick them at the same angle. See, it's a spot-on match, really. I think it'll look freaking great. And I discovered a few things about the paint. Number one, it takes a lot of brown paint to cover gray primer. I should probably wow, dusty. I should probably shoot a darker sealer on this. Like maybe, I was thinking like a red oxide would make a really good sealer. Last time I painted it, I had red oxide colored paint primer under it, and it helped the paint cover really well. This gray shows through even after 3 fairly heavy coats of base. The gray still shows through.
I mean, it's still lighting it up and changing the color. The color isn't dark enough. So I think maybe that's what I should do, is a darker red oxide sealer. So I may do that after I get the car and everything all ready. I may just shoot everything with the sealer and then put on the base. Otherwise, it's going to take me 1.5 gallons of paint to paint all this stuff. I couldn't believe it. I used 400 milliliters of base. It's 50-50, so that's 800 milliliters of sprayable material. In other words, a whole cup of paint just to paint the hood scoop, the rings, the driving light rings, and the driving light tubes. There's still a little bit of paint left over there. Fortunately, it's just mixed 50-50 with reducer, so that means it has an indefinite pot life. It can just stay in that pot and I can just shoot it again. I don't have to worry about it hardening up. Now, unlike the clear, which has like a 3-hour pot life and then it's over. So I mixed too much clear. You know, I was thinking that it would be like the base. I'd have to use a lot of it, but it's not true. If you aren't going to cut and buff, you could get away with just 2 coats. A medium sort of coat, not too wet so it doesn't run. Let that dry for 10 minutes or so, and then put on a full flow coat, and that would be enough. If I was that good of a painter and my conditions were that clean. So what else I've been doing is I've been blocking the car. Have the fenders, the hood done. You can see it just starting to shade into the where I can see through to the epoxy, so I'll either shoot some extra primer on there, but I don't really have to. I can put color over that, except that that's liable to cause a color difference in the base coat. I still have the cowl vent to do. This part here is blocked and around the windshield, the base of the windshield, but getting down in there and sanding all of those little thingy-mabobs, oh boy. Next step is the door. Yep, just keep right on the going. I had to re-prime. In fact, I had to buy some more primer because I used up all of my primer getting all this stuff done and reshooting those parts the other day. So now I had to go buy some more because there's no way that I'm not going to burn through in spots when I'm trying to block out the body. Anyway, of course then if I don't go all the way through, if I just start to see the shade of epoxy underneath, shooting it with sealer would take care of that. Anyway, it all depends. I don't keep the camera set up while I'm working and painting because the overspray is nasty and I don't want to ruin the cameras and stuff. Anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you later.